It's been a fantastic project.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing for the DVSA.
It's just made my life easier.
The change, it's absolutely massive as a driving examiner.
DVSA is a road safety organisation. Our strategy is about keeping people safe on Britain's roads. The 5-year strategy is about a lifetime of safe driving, so it's about making sure that people get a good experience when they first learn to drive. We want that service to be modern and to reflect what's going on in the world around them. This is a journey that we've started now with a test result capture using iPads.
When I became a driving examiner, I couldn't believe how much paper we used and how much paper we wasted.
All that paper needs to be stored in the driving test centre for 2 years as well. There's a high error rate where we can make easy mistakes when you're doing things manually.
We also had a lot of repetitive writing, a lot of postage. It didn't really work. It was no system that we made work.
This project's been a multi-agency approach. We've worked with BGSS and KNOS. The benefits from bringing these two together were significant. You're blending two different organisations that have different ideas. That minimises the risk, obviously, for the agency. As I walk into the office behind you and see the development team, I don't know who works for who.
We've been working with driving examiners from the start.
We wanted to make sure that examiners knew they were part of this process, and ultimately what we wanted was an app designed by examiners for examiners.
We had an early adopter network around the country, so every area, every test centre had a part to play and had a contribution to make.
We had twice monthly conference calls where we discussed any feedback that we had.
We got emails with design layouts and stuff and asked if we think that would be okay. It got everybody on board because our feedback was taken into account as well, which was nice.
An Agile approach was critical to the success of this project. It enabled us to get fast feedback from users, deliver some things early which proved the concept.
We've done national conferences, we've done local conferences, we've done We Are DVSA. There's not many conferences where we haven't been.
What really mattered is the 1,600 driving examiners out there were given the opportunity to see it, play with it and give us their opinion. They're the people that really mattered on this project.
Some of our driving examiners have been conducting tests on paper for quite a while.
We brought the iPads out before the digitisation had taken place, and so people got some degree of familiarity.
We've provided a lot of training to the examiners. We've got examiners who are, in their own words, are blind dinosaurs with sausage fingers. So we need to develop an app that they could use and that they feel confident in using.
We specifically built a practice mode, so they had that before the app was sort of live. And by doing things like that, we turned the ship around from, I don't want to change from paper, as to, when can I have it? I want it now.
One of the things the team did really well was adhering to the government digital standard.
GDS is there to keep us honest and make sure not only we make something that is technically robust, but also that we are creating something that is appropriate and easy for users to use.
The service design people and the user researchers took part in site visits, sat in the back of a moving vehicle, understood how the examiners felt, how the candidates felt, which meant that when the teams were actually delivering the service, they were really able to empathise with the users and build a service that really matters.
When it was rolled out, it's like, oh, it's actually happening. This is quite a monumentous day.
The first test that we used the app was a little bit nervous, to be honest.
I was one of the first early adopters to go live. All my colleagues were very jealous that they were still writing things out and I was not.
The app minimises distraction for both examiners and candidates. We suppress notifications. It's also got a privacy screen. That's so as to minimise distraction for the candidate. The areas they're marking are roughly in the same place that they were marking before, so that's less distraction. We tried to make it as simple as possible and work exactly for what they want to do.
The introduction of the iPads changed my working day. It's made it a lot quicker. In the mornings, I can just sit down and have a cup of tea until I go out on my first test.
There is more time in the day, which is always nice, and that's more time to look at emails, DVSA Net, all the things that as DEs we want to be able to do, but doesn't always happen.
There's no paperwork to send off at the end of the day. We can use voice to text for any text boxes that we need to do.
At the end of the test, the candidate will receive their result straight away by email.
The project has been a tremendous success. We successfully completed the GDS alpha and beta assessments. We've got feedback from the GDS to saying what we have produced is an exemplar and it should be championed across all government agencies.
This is a fantastic legacy project that's taken away 20 years of old ways of working and brought us into the 21st century.
Every time I meet another driving examiner, wherever I am, they tell me that it's great, it's fantastic, it's had a massive impact.
The greatest thing about some of the feedback we've had is people who feel proud to go out and do tests again.
I would definitely not want to go back to paper.
The app is definitely the way forward, and it's definitely the way I'd like to keep working.
To be involved in the project and be now using them, and all the examiners in the country using them, is a brilliant thing. I'm glad to have been a part of it.